Hello there. I am Octavio Carrasco, and I am teaching the United Borderlands Social Change and Music at this year, 2023's Common Ground on the Hill, in a virtual setting. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about this course and what we will discuss. We're dealing with the fundamental question of who we are and how we came to be this way. And in order to do that, we have to revalue our own narratives, our own popular stories that we tell about ourselves. And so, one of the things that this class examines is the U.S. origins as a place that begins with indigenous African and European peoples encountering one another. That is the true origins of this culture, is one of the premises that we will be exploring. And in order to do that, you have to look at the borderlands as a space or a place that exists geographically, that is around natural barriers like mountains, lakes, rivers, oceans even, right? And then, of course, there is the geopolitical element. You have originally empires or kingdoms struggling over the land, as well as the people that were already on the land. And so it becomes this geopolitical place that is also a historical reality. But there is also the space of the borderlands. And that means you can go to a specific town or village or area of the world that is considered a borderlands, but is the space of the borderlands constrained to the place itself, or does it have implications beyond that place? And so what we're really talking about here is the borderlands as a lens, and this is a way to understand the complex influences and cultural differences that have influenced, shape, and give manifestation to U.S. culture and the people that exist on the land today. And in order to do that, you have to remember the indigenous and African presence from the very first days of what we would consider the American story. And in order to do this, we're going to look at a couple of key examples. The first one is the religious rituals of the Highland Maya in Guatemala. And over the course of 500 years, they interpreted and resisted and incorporated and manipulated their own experience in order to try to preserve their culture in the face of conquest and people that did not respect their humanity, let alone their culture. So we will look at that as an example, the religious ritual space that provides a source of meaning for people. And we will also look at the role of music, of aesthetics. That is the creative space that people encounter, rather the creative space that people have been utilizing across time, immemorial, to the very earliest human beings who were making music with their voices or stomping their feet. We will look at this as an impulse and consider the artistic musical space also as a kind of borderlands, a space for interpretation, a space for resistance, a space for creative rehumanizing. And so we will do all this to look at this question of who we are and how we got to be this way. And in my classes, I like to use a variety of sources. So we will look at some videos, we will hear some songs, and we will discuss with one another, building on some of this work that I do in my everyday life. If you have questions or you're interested in learning more about this course, feel free to be in touch. I'm always happy to talk with anybody about this. And it's always good to be part of Common Ground's community. So I look forward to seeing you, and take care until then.